At the age of 40, King Gillette was a frustrated inventor, a bitter anti-capitalist, and a salesman of cork-lined bottle caps. Despite ideas, energy, and wealthy parents, he had little to show for his work. He blamed the evils of market competition. Indeed, in 1894, he published a book, The Human Drift, which argued that all industries should be taken over by a single corporation owned by the public and that millions of Americans should live in a giant city called Metropolis, powered by Niagara Falls. His boss at the bottle cap company, meanwhile, had just one piece of advice: invent something people use and throw away. One day, while Gillette was shaving with a straight razor that was so worn that it could no longer be sharpened, the idea came to him. What if the blade could be made of a thin metal strip? Rather than spending time maintaining the blades, men could simply discard them when they became dull. A few years of metallurgy experimentation later, the disposable blade safety razor was born. But it didn't take off immediately. In its first year, 1903, Gillette sold a total of 51 razors and 168 blades. Over the next 2 decades, he tried every marketing gimmick he could think of. He put his own face on the package, making him both legendary and, some people believed, fictional. He sold millions of razors to the army at a steep discount, hoping the habits soldiers developed at war would carry over to peacetime. He sold razors in bulk to banks so they could give them away with new deposits as part of save and shave campaigns. Razors were bundled with everything from Wrigley's gum to packets of coffee, tea, spices, and marshmallows. The freebies helped sell those products, but the tactic helped Gillette even more. By selling cheaply to partners who would give away the razors, which were useless by themselves, he was creating demand for disposable blades. It was just like Jell-O, whose cookbooks were the razors to gelatin blades, but even more tightly linked. Once hooked on disposable razor blades, you were a daily customer for life. Interestingly, the idea that Gillette, the company, gave away the razor is mostly urban myth. The only recorded examples were with the introduction of the Track 2 in the 1970s, when the company gave away a cheap version of the razor with a non-replaceable blade. Its more usual model was to sell razors at a low margin to partners, such as banks, who would typically give them away as part of promotions. Gillette made its real profit from the high margin on the blades. A few billion blades later, this business model is now the foundation of entire industries. Give away the cell phone, sell the monthly plan. Make the video game console cheap and sell expensive games. Install fancy coffee makers in offices at no charge so that you can sell managers expensive coffee sachets. Starting from these experiments at the beginning of the 20th century, Free fueled a consumer revolution that defined the next 100 years. The rise of Madison Avenue and the arrival of the supermarket made consumer psychology a science and Free the tool of choice. Free-to-air radio and television, the term used for signals sent over the airwaves that anyone can receive without charge, united a nation and created the mass market. Free was the rallying cry of the modern marketer, and the consumer never failed to respond.